The sea tales are vast and countless, but few are as chilling and intriguing as those of abandoned ships. Seemingly forgotten, they continue to captivate our imagination. Each vessel, each ghost of the waterways, is a testament to human will to conquer the world, an echo of stories of triumph, tragedy, and time itself. In today's video, we will explore the most incredible abandoned boats ever found. Endless Sea, Antarctica. The Endless Sea was a Brazilian yacht that met its premature end in the icy waters of Antarctica. Built in 2001 for leisure, it was widely used for scientific and educational expeditions, transporting a dedicated team of scientists and explorers to the frozen landscapes of the South. In April 2012, a tragic chain of events began when the yacht faced adverse weather conditions near Aral Island. Trapped by an unusually intense storm, the ship became stuck in a thick layer of ice too dense to break through. The relentless cold and biting winds of Antarctica turned the waters around the Endless Sea into a frozen tomb, leading to its shipwreck. Today, the Endless Sea stands as a surreal spectacle. The frozen waters have preserved the boat in perfect ruin, with its mast protruding from the ice like a solitary reminder of the brave and often dangerous human explorations into the unknown. The striking image of the Endless Sea frozen in time is a silent testament to the relentless and indifferent power of nature. Dimitrios, the ghost relic in Greece. On the sandy shores of Baltaki Beach, near Githio, Greece, lies the intriguing wreck of the Dimitrios. Built in Denmark in 1950 and initially named Clinton, this ship served various purposes before its mysterious final fate. The Dimitrios' last voyage began in 1980, when it was allegedly used for cigarette smuggling between Turkey and Italy. Due to the illegal nature of its operations, the ship was reportedly seized by authorities and later abandoned, as maintenance costs became too high. At the mercy of the sea and the elements, it was carried by the waves to Baltaki Beach in December 1981. Today, the Dimitrios, with its hull corroded by the passage of time, is a haunting sight, contrasting with the crystal-clear waters of the Mediterranean. Slowly disintegrating under the relentless assault of winds and salt, it still stands, defiant, as an enigmatic relic that evokes tales of covert operations and ghostly sailors. Its weathered silhouette continues to intrigue visitors, serving as a testament to a dark past and the destructive power of time and nature. The ship cemetery of the Aral Sea, an ecological tragedy. What was once the fourth largest lake in the world, the Aral Sea, now stands as a desolate scene, a cemetery of abandoned ships in the sands of the Kazakhstan desert. The story of these ghost ships is a heart-wrenching account of an ecological disaster. The Aral Sea began shrinking in the 1960s when Soviet irrigation projects diverted the rivers that fed the lake. As the waters receded, the thriving fishing industry, essential to local communities, collapsed. By the 1980s, the lake had split into two smaller bodies of water, and by 2014, the eastern basin had completely dried up. Today, the ship cemetery of the Aral Sea is a surreal sight, a portrait of the environmental catastrophe caused by human activity. The rusted ships, abandoned to the mercy of the elements, stand as silent reminders of the devastating consequences of the unchecked exploitation of nature for short-term gains. These ghost ships are not only relics of a distant past, but also harsh warnings for future generations about the irreversible damage human actions can inflict on the planet. Solomon Islands, MS World Discover. The MS World Discover was a cruise ship specifically designed to sail the polar regions, but it found its final resting place in the tropical heat of the Solomon Islands. Built in Germany and launched in 1974, the ship was chartered by various cruise companies for expeditions to the Arctic and Antarctica, offering passengers a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. However, This extraordinary journey came to an abrupt end on April 30th, 2000, when the ship collided with an unexplored reef in Sunfly Passage in the Solomon Islands. The impact caused significant damage to the hull, causing the ship to flood rapidly. Captain Oliver Cruz acted quickly, grounding the ship in Roderick Bay to prevent it from sinking and ensuring the safe evacuation of all passengers and crew. Today, more than 2 decades later, the World Discover remains in the shallow waters of Roderick Bay, lying on its side. The tropical jungle is slowly reclaiming what is rightfully hers, creeping in and intertwining with the skeletal wreckage of the ship. Now, it is a ghost ship that has become part of the island itself, a stark contrast to the cold waters for which it was built. Visiting the World Discover is like stepping into a strange post-apocalyptic world where nature relentlessly swallows the remnants of human ambition. The SS America. Inaugurated in 1939, the SS America was an impressive ocean liner hailed as a symbol of the technological prowess and elegance of the United States. Owned by United States Lines, the ship served many roles, from passenger transport to troop ship during World War II, showcasing its versatility and resilience. During the war, it was renamed USS West Point, and its luxurious interiors were stripped to facilitate the transport of soldiers. With its remarkable speed and size, it was capable of carrying a significant number of troops, contributing greatly to the war effort. After the conflict ended, the SS America returned to its original role as a passenger liner, but its glory days began to fade. By the late 1960s, it was sold to the Chandris Group and refitted to serve as an immigration ship for Australians. During this time, it was renamed Australis, embarking on a new chapter in its history. Today, what remains of the SS America is a haunting silhouette of rust and ruin, half submerged and battered by the elements. Its hull, now deteriorating, stands as a melancholic reminder of a ship that once sailed with elegance and purpose. Slowly, it disintegrates and succumbs to the Atlantic. The ghost of the SS America remains an impressive testament to the relentless march of time and the unforgiving nature of the sea. Its story, a tale of ambition, service, decay, and abandonment, continues to captivate those who gaze upon its wreckage, symbolizing the fleeting nature of glory. SS Maheno, lost elegance in New Zealand. On the sandy shores of Fraser Island, Queensland, Australia, rests the SS Maheno, a ship whose elegance and history have been eroded by the relentless passage of time. Built in Scotland in 1905, the Maheno was one of the first turbine-powered steamships, offering luxurious passenger voyages between Sydney and Wellington. However, the glamour of its early years gave way to wartime service. During World War I, the SS Maheno was converted into a hospital ship, transporting wounded soldiers from the battlefields of Gallipoli and the Western Front. After the war, the ship returned to civilian use, but over time, it was abandoned. Today, the SS Maheno is a popular tourist attraction, though it is in a state of advanced decay. Its rusted hull blends into the coastal landscape, serving as a reminder of the inevitable passage of time and the destructive power of nature. Its ruins offer a glimpse into a bygone era, becoming a part of the island's scenery. SS Ayrfield, the floating forest of Sydney. In the bustling urban landscape of Sydney, Australia, a surprising sight awaits visitors. A century-old ship transformed into a floating forest. The SS Ayrfield, once a massive 140-ton steamship, was built in 1911 in the United Kingdom. During World War II, it served to transport supplies and American troops stationed in the Pacific region. After the war, the ship continued its life as a coal carrier until 1972, when it was sent to Homebush Bay to be dismantled. However, the scrapyard closed, leaving the SS Ayrfield and other ships abandoned. Since then, nature has reclaimed the vessel. Today, it has become a floating forest, with its hull now home to a thriving ecosystem of mangroves. This surreal and beautiful scene seems straight out of a fantastical tale. Fondly known as the Floating Forest, the SS Ayrfield is now a charming tourist attraction in Homebush Bay. It is not just an abandoned ship, but a symbol of nature's ability to adapt and transform, offering a unique blend of industrial history and natural beauty. La Famille Express, Turks and Caicos Islands. In the turquoise waters of the Turks and Caicos archipelago lies a peculiar sight, the rusted hull of the La Famille Express. This Soviet-era oil rig supply ship, 100 meters long, found its way to these tranquil waters after it detached from its tugboat during Hurricane Francis in 2004. Originally built in Bulgaria in 1952, the ship served various roles and passed through several hands, including the Soviet Navy. Its last owner, a company based in the Dominican Republic, planned to convert it into a cargo ship. Since the hurricane, the La Famille Express has remained abandoned in shallow waters, slowly rotting beneath the relentless Caribbean sun. Today, the ship has become a popular diving spot and an artificial reef for marine life. Corals and sponges cling to its structure, while various species of fish take shelter in its shadow. The sight of the wreck, contrasting with the turquoise backdrop of the Caribbean Sea, creates a fascinating scene. The La Famille Express stands as a monument to the forces of nature, showcasing the resilience of life amidst corroded steel and serving as a reminder of the sea's power to transform human creations into habitats for marine life. MV Captayannis, Scotland. Resting in the waters of the River Clyde in Scotland, the sugar ship MV Captayannis holds a story marked by a stormy night and a tragic collision. Built in 1953 in France, this Greek vessel was primarily used to transport sugar and other goods. On the fateful night of January 27, 1974, a violent storm hit the River Clyde. During the tempest, the MV Captayannis collided with a British oil tanker named British Beaver. The impact, combined with the force of the storm, caused the sugar ship to tilt onto a sandbank. Although the crew was safely rescued, the MV Captayannis could not be recovered due to the risk of damaging the sandbank. Since then, the ship has been left at the mercy of the elements, slowly deteriorating under the relentless force of the sea and weather. Today, the wreckage of the MV Captayannis remains on the sandbank, accessible even at high tide. Covered in marine life, the ship serves as an aquatic habitat and a curious attraction for locals and tourists alike. The skeletal remains of the ship emerging from the waters of the Clyde stand as a silent testament to that fateful stormy night and the relentless power of the sea. Costa Concordia, Italy. In the serene waters of the Tyrrhenian Sea, near the coast of Giglio Island in Italy, a tragedy occurred on January 13, 2012. The Costa Concordia, a modern luxury cruise ship, ran aground after a reckless maneuver that brought it dangerously close to shore. A massive rock tore a 50-meter hole in the ship's hull, which was carrying over 4,200 passengers and crew. The vessel began to flood rapidly, resulting in the loss of 32 lives. The Costa Concordia disaster became a grim reminder of the dangers that can threaten even the most modern and luxurious ships. The rescue operation was one of the largest and most costly in maritime history. In 2013, the ship was righted, refloated, and later towed to the port of Genoa, where it was dismantled in 2014. The tragic fate of the Costa Concordia is one of the most significant maritime catastrophes of the 21st century. Once known for its elegance and comfort, the ship is now remembered for its devastating end, serving as a chilling warning about the human cost of negligence and recklessness at sea. SS Palo Alto, United States. At Seacliff State Beach in California, The remnants of the SS Palo Alto can be found, a tanker built during World War I. Commissioned too late to serve in the war, the ship remained inactive until 1929, when it was purchased by a local company that intended to convert it into a floating leisure complex, complete with a dance floor, pool, and cafe. However, the Great Depression hit shortly after its opening, leading to its closure and abandonment. In the following decades, the SS Palo Alto deteriorated, suffering further damage from storms. Eventually, it was left to the mercy of nature, becoming an artificial reef that attracted numerous marine species. A powerful storm in 2016 split the ship in half, separating the stern from the rest of the vessel. Today, the SS Palo Alto remains closed to the public for safety reasons, but still stands as a significant site on the beach. Its crumbling structure is a testament to a past era. The story of the ship, which went from an unused tanker to a short-lived leisure center and, finally, to an artificial reef, reflects the unpredictable nature of human plans and the relentless passage of time. MV Evangelia, Romania. On the Romanian coast of the Black Sea, near the tourist town of Costanesti, lies the wreck of the MV Evangelia. This ship, built in the same Belfast shipyard as the famous and tragic RMS Titanic, met a less fatal but equally embarrassing fate. Launched in 1942 as Empire Strength for the British Ministry of War Transport, the ship changed owners and names several times before being acquired by a Greek company in 1965 and renamed MV Evangelia. On October 15, 1968, under mysterious circumstances, the ship ran aground. There are various theories about the incident, with some suggesting the wreck was deliberate for insurance purposes. However, the official explanation attributes the accident to a navigational error. Today, the remains of the MV Evangelia form an impressive silhouette against the horizon, attracting tourists and locals. Despite the relentless action of time and the elements, the hull remains almost intact, serving as a reminder of the power and unpredictability of the sea.